America that it will cost to have these kids showing up in the schools? Where are they standing up for your children who have to go to school with people that have gray hair? Are you crazy? Some of these people, we can't even validate their ages. Some of these people, we can't even validate their medical history. All for a political agenda. We are exposing our American children to something that is deadly, not just for their health, but for their future and their education. This is why we have to change what is going on in Washington, D.C. And this is why you have great Americans that continue to honor their oath, like Steve Russell and Lee Zeldin. That's why they need to be there. But they need to be there for something even greater. We need to have more military conservatives. We need to have more veterans. 40 to 45 years ago, you had 73% of people on Capitol Hill that had worn a uniform, that had taken that special oath that says, I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And just like Lincoln said at Gettysburg, they were willing to make the last full measure of devotion to honor that oath. The people in Washington, D.C. take an oath and they could care less. We've got to change that and send people that honor that oath, honor their commitment to each and every one of you. Send people to Washington, D.C. that understand that ISIS, that ain't a JV team, brother. It's an enemy, and they need to be destroyed. They don't need to be managed. They don't need to be dealt with later. They don't need you to think about it while you're out playing golf. And let me tell you about some battlefield calculus. How is it that it would take the United States of America 3 years to kill 10,000 guys? In Desert Shield, Desert Storm, we wiped out Saddam's army in 96 hours. That's what happens when you don't have a commander-in-chief in the United States White House. Lee Zeldin's been on the battlefield. Steve Russell has been on the battlefield. And they will be on Armed Services Committee. They will be on the right type of committees to make sure we're not decimating our military forces. We have a United States Army that is now going to 1940s level. We have a United States Navy that is the smallest Navy since 1917. We have a United States Air Force that is the oldest and smallest fleet since we created the modern day United States Air Force. And we have a United States Marine Corps that is at pre-World War I levels. How are we going to fight, secure, and defend ourselves against an enemy who has said that they're at war with us, an enemy who has beheaded 2 Americans in the last couple of weeks, and yet we have a president that sits around and says, on the greatest stage that the world has ever known, in the White House, that I have no plan. Well, we have a plan. The first plan is to take back the Senate, expand the majority in the House of Representatives, and when your butt is gone, Mr. President, we're going to get a conservative Republican in the White House. Sergeant Tamarisa should be right here, but that's what happens when you don't have someone that believes in the military.
You got that right.
Served. But when you look at Lee Zeldin's 2 daughters, that's why Lee Zeldin is running. Not just for his 2 daughters, but for your sons, for your daughters, for your grandchildren. That's why Lee Zeldin is running. That's why Steve Russell is running, because they realize that the oath of service that they took does not have a statute of limitations. And they are willing to continue to give you that last full measure of devotion, even out of uniform. That's why I'm here. I don't care about the name calling. I know that we're on the side of that which is right. And anytime they want to come out and protest or do all of these consternations, it's all because they know one simple thing. We instill fear in them. When they see that flag that says, "Don't tread on me," when they see the American flag, when they see you standing up for principle, when they see you standing up accepting the challenge of Benjamin Franklin that you will keep this republic, that makes them very afraid. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to each and every one of you the next congressman from New York's Congressional District #1.